Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a emergency pod of D-Backs Dispatch. Just going to be a quick stream today. Gabe and I are just going to give our thoughts on these amazing new City Connects by the Arizona Diamondbacks. So these were officially released by the team today. You'll see that our producer extraordinaire, for those watching on YouTube, created a new cool little graphic for the purple. Works very well. If this is your first time checking us out, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, as well, as we post content over there. Gabe may have to come up with some more new memes to use for these jerseys, because these jerseys are pretty nice. And make sure to go ahead and check us out on azsnakepit.com. We have our episode recaps. There are also other great articles on there. They also posted one today, a little bit more in depth on these new City Connects by the Arizona Diamondbacks. But Gabe, your initial thoughts when you saw these?
Yeah, I held off on having any real opinions from those leaked images of that model who's wearing them, because it's really only like from his chest up. And so I held judgment just in case. I didn't think they were terrible on in those images. I just thought they were like maybe a little bit busy, not so great looking, and I just held judgment. I'm like, all right, I'll wait until the players have them on, just so you can see the pads, you can see everything else, how they look with it, because it was like I think I mentioned the podcast yesterday. This original Serpientes, it looks super yellow in those original promo images, and they honestly looked very bad. And so I saw them in person. I was like, oh, they are really nice tan color, like sand color to them. Same with the hats and everything else. So those became immensely popular. And so with these ones, once I actually saw them on the players, with them wearing it, with it in motion, and with the actual like the color showing properly and popping properly, I was like, okay, these are the best City Connects so far this year. Like, I don't think any other one can compare to this one. The only thing that is truly throwing me off is the sleeves, just because they're a different color. But I think that is something I'm gonna get used to eventually, and then it's gonna be fine. Like, I love the actual like the little accents on the side. It's very reminiscent of that black jersey with the little snake pattern design on the side of it. But I do understand some of what people say about it. The either the gradient or the stripes being maybe a little bit too busy. And I can see what they mean. I personally, I like it. I'm fine with it. But I also like the gradient on the last ones, like the 2015 to 17 ones with that gradient. I personally like that one. So overall, I think these are very nice, and everything else, just the sweaters, the shirts, the jerseys, the hats, they really killed it with this one.
Yeah, they did a really, and like they kept it contained on the leaks for the most. Like, they weren't like, we had the one leak that leaked I think like 3 weeks ago, and then we had like, it felt like there was a new leak every week. And to me, that was like they kind of did it on purpose. Like, I think they sort of leaked it themselves. Like, they just probably wanted to see what fans would think of it. But with these official release promo, like they shot these themselves. They recorded an awesome little 2-minute video that you can find on the D-Backs Twitter. So go ahead and check it out. But no, I think it looks really great. I saw some people saying like they wish it had like black pants, and I'm like, I don't hate the idea. Gray as well. But like, yeah, it's an idea that they could potentially do. So like, I think one of my favorite parts of it is the collar says Arizona born. They got the state, they got a flag patch, and then they have the year on there, which I think looks really good. And I can't wait to see these in person. And for those of you that don't know, they will officially be wearing these in a game this upcoming Friday against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Perfect time to release them. They will also be wearing them on Saturday, and then it's every Friday home game. So just like what they did with the previous City Connects, it was literally every Friday home game you would see these jerseys. I think it looks really great and all the promo like stills and the videos and stuff. I'm very excited to see what it looks like with my own eyes. I'll be going to the game. I mean, I'm going to 3 games this week. I'm going tomorrow against the Mets. I'm going Friday and Saturday because I love watching this team play against the Dodgers because I have a utter hatred for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So got to make sure to support my team there, but I think these are the best new ones out of anyone that's been done. Some people said that the Marlins were pretty good. A lot of people are like mixed on the White Sox because it looks like it's just the Chicago Bulls jersey.
Yeah, that's the one where I was like, what is it? Like, I didn't understand it at first, and then they're like, oh, it's the, Bulls, because it's oh shoot, I forgot the name of the owner for both those teams. Is it still the same owner?
I don't think so.
Jerry, I can't remember the guy's name. Completely slipped my mind with the because for a while the Bulls owner and
Jerry
the
Krause.
Jerry Krause. There you go. Is he still the owner of both of them?
That's a
No, I don't think
great.
so.
I don't think
I don't think
so.
I don't think so because the White Sox, since he left, I think have been just utter garbage. But yeah, like after they explained that, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I do think it's a little bit weird, although if the D-backs made a sort of like Phoenix Suns themed jersey, like a purple one, I think that would look really sick as well. So, don't I won't knock on it too much, but I do think this is probably the best one out of all of them. The other ones, the Marlins one, it's nice, and I don't know if you have the image of the jersey, but that's kind of what it looks like. It kind of just looks like a jersey, just with that little like pattern on it, little slight stripe that it has. So the Marlins isn't ugly; it's just a little weird for a jersey. And I think Charles Elliott says Jerry Reinsdorf. There we go. Still owns the Bulls and the White Sox. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so that makes sense why that one would be it. But yeah, I was a little bit worried when those original images leaked as well,
Yeah.
because it was like it had the Arizona, but I didn't believe the leak just because I was like the material just looks so cheap on it, and the writing on it, like I don't know, it just kind of threw me off. It didn't seem like it would be as official as it was. There's a lot of people who are asking like, why not Arizona and then Diamondbacks at the bottom. I think that's kind of the issue. Like once
Yeah.
those images leak, people just got in their mind it's going to say Arizona Diamondbacks, at the bottom of it. So I think because of that, people aren't too happy with Serpientes. But I do think with this jersey, the Serpientes logo is just so much better with it, just because it's a snake and it's just smaller on that sort of
Mhm.
jersey than regular Arizona across the board. And I don't know, I really really like these, and we could see some sort of variation as the next couple of years go by with this, whether it's the pants, whether it's the actual jersey itself. Maybe they switch it a little bit here and there. Maybe next year they add Arizona on it. We never know.
Yeah. Duncan, I will not be there tonight. I very rarely go to Monday. It's usually a lot of Tuesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Saturday. Um, yeah, I think a lot of people, Charles, were confused, like why the White Sox one was red and black when their main colors are black and white. And then, as you brought it up, current owner of both teams is Jerry Reinsdorf. So that kind of makes sense as to why they would want it to be the same. Charles, you're right on it. D-backs really are 2 for 2 in their City Connects.
Yeah, and the thing is, especially when those first ones came out, like the reaction online wasn't good at all. A lot of people hated them.
I was like, these look like I was not impressed with those initial leaks, but
Yeah,
these ones, I love these ones.
yeah, and I think especially like I said, it just looks so yellow in those original ones that the reaction online was just that these are terrible. They look horrible, and you can go back and look at those original Twitter posts of it. People were just not into it at all, and people changed their mind eventually once they actually saw the players wearing them and in person in the games. And I remember that the rest of the season, I was wearing a Serpientes jersey that I had bought, and people all the time just kept stopping me and asking me, where did I get the jersey? Because it wasn't in a team shop because it's sold out. Like for whatever reason, I don't think they ordered enough or whatever it was. There's a backlog of them. It sold out at the team shop. They asked me like, we're in a team shop. I can get it online. I'm like, you can look for either one. Like I haven't bothered to look because I got mine at the launch party at like Four Peaks, I think it was, in Tempe. So that's where I bought my jersey. That's where I bought the hat. So I had mine like day of, and launch day. So it seems like the reaction on from the actual fans itself seems to be really positive because I heard that a lot of the jerseys were actually selling out at the stadium as well.
Yeah, and I was hoping to see some of them when I go to the game tomorrow, but from what it sounds like it looks like a lot of them are pretty much gone, which is a good thing. Like, because I think a lot of people like, for the most part, I've seen the general consensus is everyone likes them. I've seen a couple comments here and there that say like they don't like them, and I'm like, that's completely fine. I've seen some people complain like, why does it say Serpientes? Too. So, but I'm like, but I think a lot of people's tune's gonna change on it when they see them wearing them like in the games instead of just from some promotional photos. Um, so I know for me, I'm very excited to see them on Friday. I may have to find some sort of like purple-ish jersey that I have just to wear. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, and
Um,
the thing is, winning changes people's minds.
it
If
does.
they're able to start winning in these jerseys, people are just going to change their tune and just think of them in a really positive way. And I mean, look at the last go around of jerseys; they had such a negative reaction both times, and they made it to the playoffs wearing those newer jerseys. And people like still now you see a lot of those jerseys that they wore in the World Series in the playoffs, and you start to associate good memories with that. And I think that's kind of the thing is those original ones were just so good. That's kind of the main problem. They're just such nice jerseys. But I also think a lot of it is nostalgia based because you see those and you remember, oh, the good old days, the World Series, Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling, Luis Gonzalez. That's what you like associated with your mind. And so I think that's why a lot of people hate change just because they remember like, oh, these were the good old days. But again, if they start winning, if they win the World Series and they're wearing this on a Friday game when they win the World
If they
Series,
start winning every Friday, oh, so it's not every Friday game; it's every
home game,
Friday home game.
yeah,
If they like win, like to be honest, if they win this Friday, there's gonna be so many people that just wear them all the freaking time.
especially
But a
against the
lot,
Dodgers, like yeah, like
right?
you're gonna see this, and I think people can change their tune. Like again, if they start winning, and again, if they were to win the World Series wearing these, and like this iconic image is gonna be plastered everywhere
Yep.
of them in these jerseys, I think they're gonna be just probably the most popular since those original ones.
Yeah. V also brings up a solid point. I think they're going to look really good against the green grass, and it's kind of like
Yeah,
what we've been saying is I think people just need to see them like in the natural environment that they're supposed to be seen, and that's as they're playing, because a lot of these images are not really like they're against brick walls, really. So
brick
like,
walls and you got front lighting at the stadium. Like you would think, they're testing them against the actual stadium lights as well. They're not going to just make jerseys that look terrible on their stadium lights. So all this has been tested, and you know, if they're going to look good, they're going to look amazing in the actual field to play with under those stadium lights, which these were basically designed for.
yeah, so very excited to see them. So like we said, very, very short stream. We're not doing a full hour-long discussion breaking down these jerseys. Just want to give our initial thoughts here, and then everyone get used to just it's gonna be a two-person show here for a little bit. As Brett's gonna have a new visitor joining very, very soon, so he's gonna be a little bit preoccupied. So we'll make sure to pass on anything you guys want to say to Brett, or Brett wants to just tweet something out just to give his thoughts. So we appreciate everyone that did stop by here. V, Charles, Daniel. But I appreciate everyone for jumping in here real quick on this short stream. Make sure to check us out. We'll be back Wednesday night to recap this upcoming Mets series. And then we typically go live the same day as the final game of the series. So make sure to check us out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content. We do have a Discord. It is free, doesn't cost you anything. The link is in the description box below. The Discord was really popping when these dropped this morning. Like, I didn't see one person say, "Oh, these look all." Everybody loved them in the Discord. So if you like talking just baseball in general, D-backs baseball, we do have two Dodger fans in there. So we are accepting of all fan bases. So make sure to go ahead and check us out. We'll see you guys next time on D-backs Dispatch.
Under the lights, the game goes down. Desert heat, but we own this town. Brennan, Gabe on the call with Josh in the back, bringing it up.